it lets me know that, everything I've been saying is correct for her to have that type of reaction. But we will definitely not shut up and dribble.
In a world where athletes are often told to stick to sports, LeBron James has proven that silence is never an option. With every word he speaks, every action he takes, every slam dunk, and every career milestone, he isn't just playing the game. He's sparking change, challenging injustice, shattering barriers, and rewriting the rules of what it means to be a true champion. LeBron's impact reverberates far beyond the court, creating powerful ripples that are reshaping the very fabric of society. When we talk about greatness in sports, we often fixate on titles, accolades, and records that seem almost impossible to break. But for LeBron James, greatness isn't confined to the basketball court or the handful of MVP trophies adorning his mantle. His true legacy stretches far beyond the hardwood, into a realm where influence, activism, and the fight for equality take center stage. Yes, LeBron has won 4 NBA championships and 4 MVP awards, but the depth of his impact stretches far beyond his athletic prowess. LeBron has used his platform to rewrite the definition of what it means to be a champion, showing us that greatness is about what you do with the power you have, not just the accolades you collect. LeBron James didn't come from privilege. He didn't have a father guiding him or a wealth of resources at his disposal.
The reason he wasn't there is the reason why I became so strong mentally, so loving to my mother.
Akron, Ohio, on December 30th, 1984, to a young single mother, Gloria James, LeBron's early life was marked by hardship. Gloria was just 16 years old when she had him, and they struggled to make ends meet. They bounced from one apartment to another in a city plagued by poverty, crime, and limited opportunity. But even in those difficult circumstances, LeBron's vision was clear. Basketball was his escape. And more than that, it was his chance to do something that would change the world. LeBron didn't just see basketball as a game. He saw it as his platform. From the moment he picked up a ball, he knew he was destined for more than just playing. As a teenager, LeBron was already a prodigy, but he wasn't just focused on perfecting his game. He understood that his skill could take him places others couldn't imagine. LeBron James was always thinking beyond the court, preparing himself to be a force for change in ways most athletes never even considered. By the time LeBron was drafted as the #1 pick by the Cleveland Cavaliers in 2003, the world wasn't just looking at him as the most hyped athlete since Michael Jordan. They were looking at him as the chosen one, a symbol of hope for millions of young people in Akron and beyond. This wasn't just about basketball anymore. LeBron James had the potential to be the voice of a generation, and he knew it. As LeBron's career exploded into superstardom, he began to realize that his platform came with a responsibility far greater than winning titles. He wasn't just playing for personal success. He was playing to change lives. LeBron's sense of responsibility was immediate and intense. He knew that his influence wasn't limited to his fans in Cleveland or Miami. His reach was global. And in a world often defined by silence on societal issues, LeBron wasn't willing to remain silent when so much needed to be done. In 2012, LeBron took his first major stand, one that would set the stage for a lifetime of activism. He and his Miami Heat teammates donned "I Can't Breathe" t-shirts in honor of Eric Garner, a black man who had died after a police officer put him in a chokehold during an arrest. In that moment, LeBron showed the world that athletes could be more than just entertainers. They could be leaders in the fight for justice. This simple act sparked a fire. LeBron wasn't just using his platform to entertain fans. He was using it to challenge the status quo and call attention to the systemic injustice that had plagued Black communities for generations. The Black Lives Matter movement gained powerful momentum in the wake of Garner's death, and LeBron became one of its most visible and outspoken advocates. His message was clear. The world needed to pay attention, and athletes were no longer going to remain quiet in the shadows of injustice. But that wasn't the only time LeBron stepped up in the face of injustice. In 2016, the deaths of Alton Sterling and Philando Castile at the hands of police officers sparked outrage across the nation. While many athletes were hesitant to speak out, LeBron took a stand once again. using his platform to address the deep-seated issues of systemic racism and police brutality. He didn't just offer platitudes. He spoke with authority and urgency, showing the world that athletes can be forces for change. Then came 2017. The events in Charlottesville, Virginia, shook the nation. White nationalists gathered for a violent rally, and the world watched in horror as hatred and bigotry reared their ugly heads. In this moment, LeBron didn't just offer a passive condemnation. He spoke out boldly, calling out the hatred, racism, and division on display. His words echoed across the globe. "I'm not going to sit back and let people say whatever they want to say. I'm not going to just let that go." LeBron understood that the world needed more than just words. It needed action. LeBron's voice wasn't just a powerful tool in the fight for racial justice. It became a rallying cry for people who had felt voiceless for far too long. While LeBron's activism was beginning to make waves across the globe, he was simultaneously changing lives in his own hometown of Akron, Ohio. LeBron had experienced the transformative power of education firsthand, and he knew that giving children in underserved communities the tools they needed to succeed was the key to breaking the cycle of poverty. In 2018, LeBron took his most personal step yet, opening the I Promise School in Akron. This wasn't just a school, it was a lifeline for at-risk children in his community. LeBron's commitment to education wasn't just about teaching kids how to read and write, it was about giving them the resources they needed to succeed in life. The school provides free tuition, meals, and an array of support services, including job placement assistance for parents and guaranteed college scholarships for its graduates. This was a groundbreaking initiative in the world of sports philanthropy. LeBron had redefined what it meant to use your platform for good. The I Promise School isn't just a place where kids go to learn, it's a place where lives are changed. And LeBron wasn't stopping there. Through his LeBron James Family Foundation, he has funded over 2,000 college scholarships for underprivileged students, helping them achieve a dream they may have never thought possible. He has also created programs for homeless youth and families in need, offering opportunities to some of the most vulnerable members of society. LeBron's commitment to education is about more than just giving back. It's about building a legacy that will outlive his basketball career and continue to empower future generations. LeBron's influence wasn't confined to the world of sports or philanthropy, it extended into the very heart of American democracy. In 2020, as the U.S. faced one of its most divisive political moments in history, LeBron launched More Than a Vote, a campaign aimed at combating voter suppression in Black and underserved communities. LeBron knew that if marginalized communities were going to have a say in their future, they had to be empowered to vote. More Than a Vote wasn't just about raising awareness. It was about taking action. LeBron worked tirelessly to ensure that voters in key battleground states like Georgia had the resources they needed to cast their ballots safely during the COVID-19 pandemic. His efforts helped lead to a historic voter turnout, and many credit LeBron's work as a key factor in flipping Georgia blue in the 2020 election. Through More Than a Vote, LeBron used his platform to fight for what's right, and that includes ensuring that every citizen has the right to be heard at the polls. Through his LeBron James Family Foundation, he is mentoring and empowering young men of color, teaching them not just how to play basketball, but how to be leaders in their own communities. LeBron's commitment to youth empowerment is about giving young people the tools they need to succeed, not just on the court, but in life. His message is clear. You don't need to be a professional athlete to change the world. LeBron's legacy will forever be intertwined with his basketball accomplishments, but it's his work off the court that will leave a lasting impact on the world. He has used his fame and influence to uplift communities, to challenge injustice, and to create pathways to opportunity. In the end, LeBron James's story is one of transformation, of a young boy from Akron, Ohio, who dreamed big and overcame adversity to become one of the greatest basketball players of all time. But more than that, LeBron has become a living testament to the power of using one's platform for good. He has shown that true greatness is not measured by trophies, championships, or accolades, but by the lives you impact and the legacy you leave behind. LeBron James has proven that being a true champion isn't just about winning on the court. It's about winning for humanity. And in that, LeBron James is not just the greatest of all time. He is a champion for the ages,